I've been hearing the wind all night, but fortunately I'm protected down here in the trees. So this is the KT Tape Extreme. It's supposedly used by swimmers and other people and stays on for days. I am not having a lick of luck. It keeps peeling off. Best thing I've had work is putting gauze around my toe and then wrapping the tape around that. That's lasted a couple of days. I'm kind of wondering if it's just I sweat so much that this stuff can handle moisture from the outside, but if it comes on the underside, it's going to come off. So I am almost to the Ash Creek Fire bypass, so that means there's about 36 miles left. I'm feeling a little more confident about power. I have not gone through nearly as much as usual since I've been being careful, so I've started to relax a little bit, and I'm going back and doing older edits and stuff like that. I have plenty of power, fuel, and food to last for another day or two, so that's not that big a deal. Biggest thing is just my feet. If they keep doing this where I get these random rub spots and I can't manage it, then it may take a full 3 days to get out of here. This area seems to be a maze of fire roads and like car camping, recreation sites. There's even a couple of bathroom icons around. And it looks like there's plenty of water due to the snow melt in the area. The one thing I'm not sure about today is at one point the bypass route leaves the forest road and goes on some other sort of a trail. Hard to tell if that's going to be just another forest road or what, because it's not real consistent on the map. I do have warnings from about 10 days ago that the snow was really sketchy on sections of that. It's a northern aspect, kind of steep. And the advice was to stick to the forest roads through there. I'm currently debating whether I want to risk, has enough snow melted, / do I even want to screw with it? Well, on the plus side, the socks that I washed last night and then left out to dry did manage to dry completely. I haven't heard so much as a vehicle up here, so presumably it's blocked off down below. Okay, just when I would have said I was the only person up here, there was a guy over at that tractor. So I'm at 9,200 and change. Snow's melting fast, but you can see there's still snow fields on the northern aspects. So the one thing I wasn't able to try yesterday as far as my feet was full-on submersing, scrubbing them. And that's what I just did, and I washed my other pair of socks really, really well with the bag, so I'm not sure what else I can do here other than give it time, which requires a day or two off my feet. Worst case, I limp along 10 miles a day and I'll be in Safford in a couple of days. There's been chainsaw crews out cutting the trails, and the admin site had a bunch of people repairing the roof. This really isn't going well. I've come about 10 miles, but my feet just don't have enough time to heal up at night, and I seem to keep flailing here. It's bad enough I'm actually trying walking in my flip-flops for a little while. And this area is just crawling with Forest Service. I've probably passed 8 vehicles today. At the moment, about all I can come up with is try and find a water source, try and find a secluded spot, and just try again tomorrow. It's only 1:30 in the afternoon though. So this is the Shannon campground, and this is basically the northern aspect. The last beta I have is from 10 days ago, so I thought maybe enough of the snow would have melted. But the beta is that after the first mile, the second mile was kind of sketchy due to extended steep traverses, and it looks like that's right on the northern aspect. I think I might road walk down to the next spot to grab the trail. The The road ahead didn't look promising as far as finding campsites, and when I was looking around in the surrounding forest, it was either snow-covered, steep, or seemed to have plant surveys going on, so I reluctantly ended up setting up in the closed campground. This was very much not my favorite night. I mean, I'm fine here. I'm not going to bother anybody, and nobody was going to come by, but still, there's always that little thought every time you hear something funny and next to a creek when you're alone for long periods of time. You hear things funny where, oh shit, somebody's coming. And of course, part of the reason why I feel that way is I have had instances like that where I was convinced I was going to be fine, and then somebody comes by. So I pinged Jen last night just to let her know what was going on, since she was seeing the inReaches not get quite as far as normally would happen. She knew that I was having foot issues. And I asked her what the road distance was to the next campground. And unfortunately, it looks like one is in 10 miles, the other is in 14 miles. The 14-mile one is the easiest one as far as not having to do a lot of extra gain to regain the trail. The road walk plus the foot pain has not been my favorite, so a big part of me wants to push through this just in order to get back on trail. If I could make it like 2 miles, I would be okay, but my gut is the snow's going to be sketchy. You can see it's melting fast, but as a part of that, it's really slushy. I don't know that I'd get good footholds, and I have no traction devices, no ice axe, so if I took a fall on the steep northern slope, you know, I'm just not going to screw with that. So on the plus side, the wind that was battering me last night calmed down sometime overnight. And it's kind of a bummer. I'm going to have to road walk here. This is already an alternate due to the Ash Creek fire, so no point in getting too principled here. It's just about connecting the footpath. My tendon has still been flaring up off and on. I try and stop, stretch, use my pole to basically foam roll out my calf just to try and not make it any worse. And then the sores and scabs on my foot, I'm just trying to manage as well as I can. I mean, realistically, it would really help to be off them for a day. But day after tomorrow, I should be in town, certainly. And if they're still causing me issues, I'll bite the bullet and take a zero there. The real frustrating thing is if my feet were behaving, this road walk would be nothing. A couple of hours, 3 miles an hour, and it'd be done. The being slowed down by having to limp occasionally, combined with the general foot pain, keeping me from zenning out, made yesterday a very, very long day. I'm just holding on to the fact I should be back camped on a trail by the end of the day. I need Taters here to do a scumbag rant about motorcyclers who are blaring music so you can hear it for miles. I decided to splurge and turned off airplane mode for a little while, and I am suddenly feeling better about my life choices here. Turns out Snapper, the other Grand Enchantment hiker who was in my area, basically made the same call as me, though it looks like she jumped ahead to Safford rather than walk down this road. My feet have also been doing a little better, at least so far this morning. I say so far because it tends to be end of the day where I have more problems. Okay, 10 miles and change down. A couple more to go. A little bit before noon. Windy road miles. Okay, after about 14 miles on pavement just today, finally back on trail. I'm buying myself an extra couple of miles into Safford, but I don't care. I'm here for a trail. Well, this is cheering me up quite a bit. And that's part of what I was avoiding this morning. Okay, it's 6 o'clock and I've gone about 20 miles, so I think I'm gonna call it. Finally had a good day. Made it about 20 miles, which feels good. A lot of those were road miles, but hey, I'll take it. And only have about 12 miles into town tomorrow. So as of right now, my plan is to go in tomorrow, get a hotel Friday, Saturday night, let my feet recover a little bit, do all the food shopping and everything, because no boxes on this one. And I have a new stove waiting for me, and then head out on Sunday and see what this next section has for me.